Sales is a grind. This time on Sales Talk with Joe. Whether you've been in sales for years or just starting your sales career, or even just thinking about a career in sales, Sales Talk with Joe is designed to help you be more successful. Now, I hate the word sales. I think it's an obsolete term, but I use it because it's something that instantly in our minds describes what it is we do. I much prefer saying representative. So being a representative is a grind. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, there are times when things just go along really, really well. You're getting prospects to meet with you. You're earning prospects purchases. You're growing your territory, your region, whatever it is you're responsible for. You're hitting your numbers. You're making and exceeding your quota. Your commission checks or your bonus checks are bigger than ever. And man, it's great. It's a great ride. And then there's those times where it just seems like nothing is happening. You're not getting prospects to meet with you. You don't have much in the way of prospects. You're trying to find some and they're not really coming along. You're not getting prospects to meet with you. Maybe you are meeting with prospects and they're just not agreeing to purchase. Maybe your existing customers your industry is experiencing a soft patch and their purchases are down. And you look at your numbers versus quota and you're struggling. It happens to everybody in sales. Everybody goes through periods of where things are really good and things are really bad. The bad times are really kind of what I want to talk about today. One of the things that we have to do, because when we hit those bad times, we have a tendency to want to look at our career and go, what in the world am I doing in this career? I might have to go get a real job. I remember thinking that more than once when I was driving along in kind of a soft patch and it just wasn't going very well and I was struggling to make numbers. And I knew that as hard as I would try, that for that month, that quarter, that 6-month period, I was going to be really struggling to make my number. And I began to question, am I in the right career? Then you get those other times where you can't seem to do anything wrong. But when you're going through that hard time, you've got to keep grinding. You've got to grind it out. You've got to keep doing the things that work and the things that create opportunity. One of the best hires that I ever hired to work in my region or to be a representative in my region was a young guy that was in our company and he had been our customer service manager. And he wanted to get out into the field and get into sales. And when I interviewed him, I said, tell me a little bit about, you. Have you ever done any sales before? I mean, customer service is certainly sales in a way because you're dealing with customers. But it's a little different than going out and prospecting and having doors slammed in your face and people say no and hang up the phone. And I wanted to see if he had any experience with that. So I said, tell me about your experience. Well, his very first job that he ever had was when he was in college selling something, I should say, was when he was in college. He went door to door selling, I believe it was books, maybe it might have been something else. But anyway, he had to go door to door and just knock cold on doors and ask people to buy stuff. And he got used to doors being slammed in his face and being told no and hearing a whole bunch of no's before he even had an opportunity to talk to people about what it was he wanted to offer them. Once he graduated from college, then his second job was working in a retail store, actually in a mall, in a mall. And it was a high-end store. They expected a lot of revenue out of the store, and there was a lot of pressure on every employee in the store to reach their numbers. And he said it was tough, man. It was a grind. When they got people in the store, they had to really use great techniques to upsell the people and get revenue out of them so the store could reach their number. This employee knew how to grind it out, did a terrific job. And in fact, when I got promoted from the region manager into a different position in training, this particular employee was the natural employee to move into the regional manager position. The employee really knew how to take care of people and how to keep them motivated and how to grind things out, how to make things happen. And that's sales. We have to grind things out and we have to make things happen. It's not always going to be great. There's not always going to be business that drops in our lap. We're the ones that have to stay motivated, that have to get up every morning and face the day with a smile. And at the end of the day, when we haven't sold anything, clear our head, go to bed, and get ready to get up the next morning with a smile on our face, ready to go out and tackle the world. And that's the world of sales. And particularly when you're young in sales and you hit a patch where things aren't going so well, it can be pretty unnerving. But don't give up. Keep working at it. Keep trying. Keep learning. Keep making sure you understand the sales process, the psychology of sales, and look at yourself. Look at what you're doing. Maybe have somebody else look at you and listen to you and see if they hear anything that they can help you with. But don't give up. Stick with it, and you will be successful. I'm Joe Ferguson. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me a bunch. And I'm interested in some comments also on this video or anything in general in sales. Tell me about a time where you hit a rough patch and what you did to get yourself out of it. I'd sure like to know. In any case, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And as I've said before, only about 30% of my views are from subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me a bunch. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Thursday for another Sales Talk with Joe.